Hi everybody, Attorney Dominic Majors. I wanted to make a quick video on what to expect after filing bankruptcy and hopefully give you some insight on what to look forward to. So you have filed bankruptcy. You are on the other side of it. You have signed your documents. They have been filed with the bankruptcy court. The automatic stay is in effect. You have a case number and you are protected. Once you file bankruptcy, typically 30 to 45 days after you file, there's going to be what's called a meeting of creditors, and that's going to be pursuant to Section 341 of the Bankruptcy Code. Once you go to this hearing, which again is about 30 to 45 days after we file, the trustee is going to ask you information relating to the information provided in the schedules, as well as other questions relating to your financial status and whether or not there's going to be any changes, and ultimately make sure everything that was disclosed in the bankruptcy petition and statements and schedules was true and correct. We see that these meetings typically last about 5 to 10 minutes. So you get your case called, they'll call your case number, they'll say, they'll ask you to swear under oath that you are going to testify and everything is true and correct. And once you answer the series of questions, the trustee will typically, if everything has been submitted in terms of documents, will conclude your case and you will be on your way. After the hearing, it will typically be, usually we see 60 to 90 days where if there are no objections, the court will automatically enter in a discharge of your debts, and eventually the trustee will file a report of distribution, whether it's a non-distribution or whether they're going to take assets and liquidate and give to your creditors, and then the court will eventually close your case. So that's in a nutshell what to expect after we file, but there's also a couple things that what to expect. Once you file, you can start seeking to rebuild credit. You can obtain a secured credit card. You can do other things like self-reporting to increase your credit. It's important that when you do that, you maintain a reasonable and responsible debt to income, but ultimately, when you file bankruptcy, you wipe out all your payment history. So it is important that you rebuild that positive payment history. And so we see clients, their credit scores jump back up to around the 600, 650s within a year. And then if you're responsible and you do well, you could put it over, 700 within 2 years and potentially qualify for an FHA mortgage if you meet the criteria. And so once you file, you're going to go to court, you're going to start rebuilding credit, you're protected from creditors so they can't contact you unless they file a motion for relief and they trying to seek collateral or something else. But in the most part, you file the case, you go to the hearing, and as long as you provide all your documents to your attorney, they should be submitted to the trustee, and then eventually your case will close. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. I appreciate you all.